Good morning this morning, and welcome to a top 10 coaches in college football official list edition of the OHIO podcast. You all know what to do, and make sure you comment down in the comment section below if you're watching this. It only takes a few seconds. I'll ask you a couple different questions during this to give you something to comment about, but I'm sure you're going to want to comment about something if you're going to watch this video. Make sure you do that. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free, costs you nothing, and helps us out. We truly do appreciate it. All right, so a few weeks ago, on a Sunday evening roundtable discussion, we all gave our top 10s. I threw those top 10 lists in an algorithm. We spit out a cumulative average, and we have come up with an official top 10 list in college football. I do feel that this list is pretty doggone accurate, and unlike some um, magazines and websites and college football pundits, we're not going to throw anything out there that's too crazy because, quite frankly, they do that for shock value, get people upset talking when they know that particular position for a particular coach is not realistic. This is a very realistic list. And for the most part, I didn't tell anybody how to vote, but for me personally, I kind of look at it like twofold. Number one, what have you done lately? What have you done historically? How do you do recruiting? And how are you trending? Those are the kind of the four questions I ask myself. And then the big one is, would I hire you if I was an athletic director of a university? So those are kind of the criteria I use for the list that we have come up with. So without any further ado, let's dive in. We're going to start at number 10, work our way down to number 1. Number 10, Kenny Dillingham, head coach of Arizona State. He has an overall record in Division 1 of 14-12. That's a winning percentage of only .538. However, he is probably the most, I would say, sought after young up-and-coming head football coach in college football. He won the Big 12 last year in 2024 and went into the CFP last year, came away with that overtime loss to Texas, but gained a ton of respect from everybody. And he's the new guy on this list. Number 9, we're just going to keep right on trucking and moving along. Josh Heupel, a.k.a. Bobby from King of the Hill. He's got a record of 65-23. That's a winning percentage of .739. He has a conference championship in 2018 in the old American Athletic Conference with UCF. And his CFP record is now 0-1 after coming into Columbus, a.k.a. Knoxville North, and laying a complete and utter stinker. So number 8, Josh Heupel. Dang it, Bobby! Number 8. This guy, boy, Penn State fans are going to hate this one. They're probably right now, the keyboards are smoking in the comment section from Penn State fans if they watch this video, arguing with me that there's no way James Franklin should be number 8. I think you're lucky that he's even in the top 10. I'm just being dead honest with you. He's milk toast. He's vanilla ice cream. He's as plain could be. He never overachieves. He never rises above where he's at. Yeah, sure, he wins the games he's expected to win, but when it comes to equal or better talent, the guy is over. He can consistently let you down if he is your head coach. And despite having a little bit of a playoff run in the CFP these past couple years, let's be honest with that. Dude, you beat two teams you absolutely should have beat. You had the easiest place in the CFP, and then when you finally went up against a team again that I would think is of equal value, and you had the game in hand, you James Franklin's yourself, which is what you do consistently, time and time again. You overthink things, you overanalyze things, you get in your own way. That is James Franklin. 125 wins, 57 losses between Penn State And where was he? He was in the SEC. I'll think of it in a second. The team from Tennessee, but not Tennessee. I want to say Valparaiso, but it's not Valparaiso. You all know what I'm thinking, anyways. Winning percentage of 687. He did win a 2016 Big Ten championship, and Ohio State actually was chosen over him for the college football playoff that year. 2-1 in the CFP. So yeah, Vanderbilt. I told you it would come to me. Vanderbilt. That's James Franklin, number 8. Number 7, moving right along here. Now, here's again, Clemson fans. No way. How's this guy number 7? What have you done for me lately? Do 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 do. Not a whole lot. Although Dabo Swinney is having himself a very nice offseason in the whole recruiting department, and I think Dabo's got a good chance to have a pretty doggone good rebound year here. I think he's got the most returning talent out of the college football playoff teams. I saw a stat, most returning starters out of all the playoff teams. That usually bodes well for you, I would say. So I think Dabo has an opportunity to jump back into the top 5 after this year. He's the only coach on this list not named, not at number, well, not up really high, that has multiple. I don't want to give away the whole list. That has multiple national championships. 180 wins to 47 losses. That's a winning percentage of 793. He's won ACC conference championships in 2011, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022, and 2024. Wow, that's really impressive. If the ACC was the Big Ten or the SEC or even the old Pac-12, but it's not. ACC is pretty bad. So I can't give you a ton of credit for being a decent team in a really bad conference. National championships, I will give you credit for this though. 2 of them, 2016 and 2018, and you have a winning record in the CFP at 6-4. Dabo Swinney's number 7, and he would be a lot higher, and he would have a lot more success if he would have accepted NIL in the transfer portal a whole lot earlier than what he has. That's just the facts. So number 7, Dabo Swinney. Yep, I can hear the Clemson hate already. Number 6, now we're going to make Alabama fans really mad. Kalen DeBoer. Sorry, folks. Kalen DeBoer is not Nick Saban. He never was. He never will be. If you all think Kalen DeBoer is going to turn this thing around at Alabama and become the reincarnation of Paul Bear Bryant and Nick Saban, you are totally mistaken. That is not happening. It's not going to happen. He's not him, okay? I know he's got a great record in Division 2 or whatever the heck it was, but that's not reality, okay? He's coaching with the big boys now. 46-13 overall in Division 1 college bowl series or whatever, SBFBS football bowl series or whatever they are. 780 winning percentage. 2023 Pac-12 conference champion with Washington, that he then springboarded over to the Alabama job. 1-1 in the college football playoff. That's his record in the CFP. Yes, that is correct. Had to think about that for a second. All right, we're halfway done with the list. Let me share a Bible verse with y'all. Philippians 3:14. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. Every one of those coaches I just mentioned, they're pressing forward just like we all should in our walk with Christ. Number 5, Steve Sarkisian. So, big, huge debate on the show when we did this. Is Steve Sarkisian basically James Franklin with makeup? I don't think so, and neither did they, because they all had him ahead of James Franklin as well. Steve Sarkisian, 84 and 52 overall at his time in college football, coached at multiple places. USC, I think, was it Washington at one time? I think. Um, he's been at different places. 618 winning percentage. Won the 2023 Big 12 conference before they jumped over to the SEC. His CFP record is 1-2. Number 4. Again, one of the hottest up and coming coaches in college football, Dan Lanning. Everybody knows it. Alabama fans don't want to admit it, but it's true. This is who they wanted. Wasn't DeBoer, it was this guy. Um, outside of the bad Rose Bowl loss this past year and losing to Washington twice in 2023, Dan Lanning is essentially the hottest coach in college football. He has a record of 35-6 overall. That's an 878 winning percentage. He was the Big Ten champion this past year in 2024. His CFP record is now 0-1. That's not gonna be that way for long. He's building a juggernaut out there on the West Coast. He's building the strongest program on the West Coast, hands down. Everybody knows it. Phil Knight wants to see a championship before he kicks the bucket. He's spending money left hand over fist, and Dan Lanning is capitalizing on that. Ohio State's biggest threat in the conference is Oregon. Sorry, team up north, it's true. And that's just the way it's going to be for the next decade. Ducks versus Bucks, get used to it. It's must see TV. Number 3, former Buckeye Marcus Freeman building a winning program and culture at Notre Dame. This is the best Notre Dame has looked in since I was a young guy. Okay, and I'm no longer a spring chicken. 33-10 at Notre Dame since taking over. It's a 767 winning percentage. Of course, he doesn't have any championships because Notre Dame doesn't want to play in a conference because they're chicken. CFP record 3-1. So that's impressive, and made a nice little comeback and played pretty well in the college football championship this past year against Ohio State. Tomorrow, I hear that Ryan Day's leaving Ohio State. This is probably the first phone call I would make if I'm Ross Bjork, the athletic director of Ohio State. I think this is the best up-and-coming coach in college football. And if he can get recruiting squared away at Notre Dame and they can continue to develop over there, Notre Dame is positioned well to go to the college football playoff just about each and every single year. And they can do what you just saw this past year. He's eventually going to break through. That's my prediction. Marcus Freeman will win a national championship at Notre Dame. That is my prediction. Number 2, my guy Ryan Day. Overall record of 70-10. It's a winning percentage of 875. He won the Big Ten title in 2019 and 2020 before someone in Ann Arbor decided to cheat and do advanced scouting. National championship, of course, this past year in 2024, he has a CFP record of 5-2. So Ryan Day's number 2 on this list. A lot of Buckeyes are going to be upset when they watch this, and they're going to say, "How can you put him at number 2, Boggs? What are you thinking, Podfather? How could you possibly do that?" It's because this guy's got one more national championship win than he does. And, oh, hold on, what about Dabo Swinney? This guy's actually still winning football games in a difficult conference. Sorry, Clemson. You guys want to be more relevant? You got to do something about the ACC. Just saying. Kirby Smart, overall record of 105 wins and only 19 losses for an 847 winning percentage. That's impressive. SEC championships in 2017, 2022, and 2024. National championships in 2021 and 2022, and a CFP record, I think I did this right. Georgia fans, tell me if I'm wrong. A record of 5-2 in the CFP. All right, that is your top 10 current college football coaches, according to us at here at the OHIO podcast. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What did we get right? What did we get wrong? If you haven't already, tell us what you think down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out. Have a great day, everybody. Be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. St. Carmen, Ohio, with all your heart. Till next time, go Bucks.